Hi everyone, it's Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. I'm here with the finished envelope mini album, and I wanted to share with you all my closure where we left off, where I was going to cover the front of this picture and I was going to leave it undone so you can see, but there was a photograph here on the front that, not a photograph, an image that I didn't care for. So I went ahead and I made a mat and I covered that up. And my mat is actually my title in this case. It has the words laugh, love, hope, and dream. And I think that's perfect. And the reason why I left it like that is because I wanted to simulate as if this was tucked in my my clipboard here. So I wanted to keep that true to the mechanism and leave it like just like so. And I actually really like the way that came out. I adorned the side here with a charm, and I went ahead and set an eyelid in there and just dangled it from the side with an oversized jump ring. And then on the closure, I went ahead and I'm going to show you how I'm going to walk you through how I did this. It's very simple. I wanted to simulate a charm bracelet. Girls love charm bracelets. I know it's one of my favorite pieces of jewelry. So I figured it would be adorable to actually do that for a closure. And I think it looks pretty neat. Love the way that looks. And I did that also for my original mini album, which is this one right here. And all you have to do to this thing is have some chain, of course. And let me undo it. Very simple to undo right here. Just open up the closure, or the right there, and see it opens up, and there's your album. Okay, and all you have to do in this case, you have to have a piece of chain, and I'll show you right here. And I use really thin chain because the chain has to fit through the eyelid. If you have a eyelet, I can never say that. If you have a small eyelet, you want to have some thin chain, enough chain that fits right through the hole. In this case, I use a small one, and what you have to do is have this type of setup right here, where you have the chain with the jump ring, and then the chain that goes through the eyelid, and another jump ring, which would be your stopper. If you look on the back side of here, here is my stopper. And then once you create that, you have the possibilities are endless. So here's my chain, and it's a teeny tiny chain, and this is the exact chain that I use. So I'm going to go ahead and feed this through the front, one on this side, and then feed it through the eyelid right there, and then finish it off on the back side, as you can see right here. And the reason why I'm not doing this on camera is because it's a little bit cumbersome, you know, working with the jewelry pliers and all that stuff. So I went ahead and I stopped it on the back side, and then I finished it off with a charm. And you repeat the same process on the back side. And see over here, I didn't put anything on there, so you can see that there is my stopper. And then once it's all said and done, you can go ahead and add your adornment like I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to go ahead and get my jewelry pliers and just add this last, if I can find the right ones, here we go, and add this last charm to the back side. And you don't have to put anything there, it's totally up to you, but I think it calls for something. And it doesn't have to be a charm, it can be absolutely anything. So see how I'm doing this and you can't even see what I'm doing? So that's why I didn't even bother, and I figured that I can explain it better than actually trying to show you. So there it is. So remember, you have a piece of chain that feeds through the eyelid. You have to figure out where you want your hole, and there's my hole. You need a stopper on the back side and one on the front, or back side and then on the inside, and then you can add any type of dangle that you want. And in my case, I wanted to simulate a charm bracelet, so that's what I did. And I strung a closure, wrapped it around over here, and of course you have to have something to hook it on this side, right? So I created this charm with the bottle cap and all these danglies, and here's my chain where I'm going to connect or close my album. And then it closes, and again, I'm sure you can't see any of this because my hands are in the way, but I'm going to close it just like so. And there you have all the fabulous, adorable little dangles. And this is just such a fun album. Fun album. Love that. Hopefully you're getting a good image of that. I finished it off with another charm in the back. For the inside, I'm going to close the swings on the inside. This clipboard has a hole on this side, and of course I wanted to add another hole on this side, and I was able to achieve that with my Big Bite or my Crocodile, but this is just protruding just way too much, and the dangly, I don't like the way it looks, so I left it the way it is, and I just used the one on the inside. And for that, all I did was make kind of like a keychain, and I really love the way that turned out. So you can hang anything here from the inside and it looks super cute. And if you want to know how to make this duct tape belt keychain type thing, I did it in my duct tape video, so you just have to look for it, and I show you how to do that there. But this closure, guys, super simple, and again, the possibilities are endless. You can customize it for any type of closure using this method. I put the star embellishment there just because I wanted to add some more interest. It's the front cover. I didn't want to leave it plain like I did so on the back side. But even plain, it looks adorable. Here, it looks nice. Here, it's plain, just the eyelid alone. I could have gone ahead and added a flower here of some sort, but I really love the way that looks. I use more chain for this one here, and look at the plain eyelid on the back side. Again, same deal with the stopper. Okay, you have to have the stopper in order to keep that chain in place. See that stopper right there? So we have a stopper on the front, on the back, or the inside cover, and then we have one right here. See this little one right here? On the front side. And for the back, same deal. Stopper, and then over here, same deal, chain and stopper, and then you dangle whatever you want. And in this case, I dangled a bunch of chain. So hopefully that makes sense, guys. Again, I really love the way that this came out, and I hope that you all, if you have any questions, leave me a comment below. I was a little late on this video, but I had a couple of things that I had to get out. So this took the back burner, guys, and I apologize. So I did want to go over the envelope assembly just one more time, because there was a few comments and I thought I addressed it, but just in case, I don't mind going over it again. And if you have any questions, just leave me a comment and I will definitely get back to you. But really sweet on this one. I also got a question about the how to do the binding ring. I was initially going to do this album with the binding rings, but I didn't like the way that it was going to turn out with the binding ring, so I did the duct tape binding, and I really love it. Oh, by the way, I also use silver rub and buff on my duct tape. I wanted to soften that black, and I really love it. It kind of gave it like a gunmetal finish, and I think it looks really nice with the charms and all of the hardware on this album. So I hope you guys like that. Pick up that silver rub and buff. It's really fabulous. I love it. And if you're using the duct tape, you definitely want to get the rub and buff. It just takes it to a whole nother level. Absolutely love that. So let's get to the envelope assembly very quickly. And yes, I did add a 4th page to my album. Okay, I didn't finish it up yet, but remember we started with 3 pages, 3 sets of 2 envelopes. I went ahead and added a 4th page because I wanted my album just a little bit thicker. So all I did was add that 4th set of envelopes, and I hinged it right there. Okay, so let me show you that page assembly really quickly on the envelopes. So we need 2 sets of envelopes, and we're connecting the flaps. Okay, and here it is. So I'm gonna do one with you all really quickly. Excuse me, very quickly. So these 2 are making a connection, and how we do that is with some adhesive. So I'm just putting adhesive on the flap, on the envelope flap. Notice that I'm using a different envelope here. My original envelope had a triangular shaped flap. This one is a square or a flat edge, a straight edge. And now you're just going to sandwich those flap to flap, and that's how you put your envelope together. Very simple. And then to make that connection, you're going to use a paper hinge. And the paper hinge measures the length of your envelope, and you want to go ahead and put a gusset in there. And I'm using a different size hinge because I want you to see, and I tapered that just a little too much, so don't let that confuse you guys, okay? I wanted you to see my gusset. So this measures the length of my envelope by 2, and then I score at 7/8 of an inch, and then at 1 1/8 of an inch, and that gives me a nice gusset which will allow me to stuff my envelope, if you will, okay? And to get that hinge on and to get that album actually going, you want to remove the tape backing, okay? And you want to do this all before you mat, okay? You want to remove the tape backing, and you want to attach it to your envelope. Front, back side, doesn't matter. Just when you do it, you got to make sure that then you have to layer on top or behind, okay? So there's that first hinge. This is my absolute one of my favorite binding mechanisms. I've done this for many years, way before YouTube. I actually used to make custom 12 by 12 albums, and I've never liked the protective sheet, so my custom 12 by 12 albums were always exposed, just like a mini album, where you can see and feel and take advantage of that interaction in the page. But what I used to do back then is, now that I do the Tyvek, I used to cover my hinge in Mod Podge. For some reason, I thought that it was going to last longer, and it actually made it a lot more sturdier. So that's a little tip for you guys. If you want to go ahead and cover your hinge in Mod Podge back and forth, it may work, but now I use Tyvek and I love it. So it saves me some drying time. So now to sandwich this on here, or not to sandwich it, to layer it and actually make the page assembly, you're going to remove the tape backing here, and you're going to layer this piece on. And it has a gusset, so you want to remember that you want to layer your piece flush to that fold, okay? Nice and straight. This is one of the challenges for me. I never get my hinges on nice and straight, so it's very difficult for me to do that. So that is how you do it. So you have one page here, and you put the custom page that we made, you attach it to there. There's 2 pages. There's your hinge connection. There's the 3rd page, custom page, and you turn, and there's pretty much your mini album, and you continue to add page assemblies as you wish. And you can make it as thin or as thick as you want. This is actually a really nice folio style album. If you want to just pop something in your purse or give a quick gift, this would be ideal. Just the 2 sets of envelopes, and that's it. But if you have any question, guys, let me know. I will be glad to answer them. Just leave a comment below. Sometimes it takes me a while because I'm not I don't log on to YouTube all the time, but I will definitely get back to you either via email, or I will respond to you in a video. Thank you so much, and I hope you all enjoyed the mini album, the envelope mini album. I sure did. And this one inspired again by my original album, which is this one right here, and this is going to be a build a page album. And we're going to do this in a class for Ustream, and there will also be a kit and a tutorial available for the build a page. However, we will be using the clipboard, so for those of you who are interested in the clipboard, you'll be able to pick it up in the kit, guys. It will be available on my blog soon. This is Kathy with Paper Phenomenon. Thank you so much for joining me, and I can't wait to see your mini albums. Bye bye.